Today we had our, it's a VIP experience. Actually, it was the elite. So we had a limousine, pick everybody up to bring them here to have a day of relaxation, rejuvenation. We have the red light therapy bed, and then we did some of the amp muscle, which builds the muscle, but we also have the relaxation mats. And I know I talked to each person about okay, what do you need? How can we serve you best first, right? So I'm like, okay, here's stress. Oh yeah, I need to sleep. So we put them in our relaxation room with our light and sound therapy glasses, which help with relaxing the brain. A lot of times you'll hear, go meditate or relax, and you're like, how in the heck can I do it if I can't shut my brain off, right? These help with that. And then we lay on the crystal mat, which has amethyst, jade, and tourmaline, which brings up negative ions with the heat, which now neutralizes all the EMFs that we have from the Wi-Fi, cell phone towers, and even these fluorescent lights that we can't get rid of, right? So it neutralizes that. I've actually had a couple clients who brought in their kids who have ADHD, and they stayed calm for 2 days after they were on the mat, even for 20 minutes. So we did that. And everybody, we did the in-body 570 body composition analysis, and I do that with each person because it really shows someone what's going on in their body. I heard one girl say, yeah, I've been working out, but I'm not getting results because she wasn't eating enough food, not getting enough protein. So when we do the body composition, it shows the water, the muscle, and the fat. And then now, since we know how much muscle someone has, we know how many calories they need each day just to stay alive. And when you go below that, you lose muscle and water, not fat. And so we see the scale sometimes go down, or we see it go up the opposite way. And people say, well, is that because they're eating ice cream? I said, no, it doesn't matter what they're eating. If it's broccoli and chicken, the body needs the nutrition to stay alive, and so it'll start eating the muscle way to make sure that we're in survival mode, basically. And so that's the first thing we did, was to show you guys all to what's going on in the body, so that way you're not struggling. And we do that. And so from there, then we did all the different things, the amped muscle to build muscle. And actually, one of the ladies was like, oh my gosh, I got off the amped muscle and I had a safety pin holding my pants together because I couldn't button, it was too tight. And she got off of it even after 15 minutes, and she was able to button her pants because it works that fast, So yeah, it was great, even with the back and with the red light bed. It's really one of the strongest ones in the market. I'm always in search of the best holistic approach, because medication, we still need it, right? We need regular MDs too. We need MDs, but we work together. But if we can do a holistic approach and actually get to the root of something instead of masking it, right? We need things to help repair, but other times we're masking it and then nothing's being solved. I had this girl that came in and she was such a zombie because she had so much stress, and they gave her this medication and wasn't living.
What drives you to do what you do and maintain what you do on a daily basis?
Well, I've been on a mission to reverse obesity for a very long time, okay? And there are tons of diets on the shelf and many diet centers. And this is really a wellness center, not a diet center. But we get to help people with their diet to see what's going on in their body. And I am here to help. I help the struggle away from stress. People can't sleep. A lot of times people can't sleep because they didn't eat. We don't know. We get to see it all. So I'm on a mission really to reverse the struggle, really to help with the struggle of weight loss and other ailments. And we can actually start reversing the obesity epidemic if we start looking at internal measurements and body composition, not BMI. The body mass index chart was created over 130 years ago by a mathematician. Okay? And it's unrealistic because it takes weight and height and it can't see if somebody has fat on their body or muscle. A bodybuilder looks like they're obese. And I had this lady who was in her 70s who was 40% body fat, but on the BMI chart, she looked like she was in normal range because it only looked at her height and weight, and she kept telling her doctor, I don't feel good. He's like, you're fine. Your BMI is in normal range. And then she goes, what do I do? I said, take this report to your doctor. So if we can start looking internal in the numbers, we can actually make breakthroughs. People are afraid to eat. My clients now, usually a lot of times they either when they overconsume, it might be because they're hungry, or let's figure out maybe it's emotional. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty and find out what's going on so we can help each individual.
What is the first thing you do when children come in with their parents? What's your process?
Yeah, so I have some parents that bring their children in that tell me they, might be overweight. And the first thing I look at is, let's see what foods they like to eat, first of all, right? You can't just take something completely away, because if you tell them they can't have it, then they crave it more. There's also healthier choices. And on my desk, I have Bob, who has all of his internal organs showing. And so if we can show children and adults what's going on in their body to understand that we need nutrition to feed it. And yes, you can have ice cream in little amounts. If you tell them to understand, like, look, your pancreas has to produce insulin too much, you might, later on in life, become insulin resistant. Or you're skipping breakfast. Like she's actually, Mrs. USA brought her son in here, and he didn't want to eat breakfast. And then so when I talked to him, we figure out how much food, and also we could still put them on the InBody. It shows how many calories they need. He'd be like, oh, I got to eat breakfast. Penny told me I got to eat breakfast. She's like, I've been telling you to eat breakfast for a long time, but okay, so I have this way of when you give children knowledge, they understand they can make choices, and the parents can actually, instead of mom just going, hey, do this, and like, well, why? But the child's like, oh yeah, I want to grow muscle, I better have protein. And it doesn't have to be, it can be vegan protein, right? So taking that and understanding so the child can understand what's going on in their body too.
If you had to give advice to parents out there, or just general advice, the 3 things that people need to do now more than anything, what would be the 3 most important things that they can do?
Okay, first, number 1 is get your body composition done with an InBody or hydrostatic, which is under the water. So you have your exact calories you need just to stay alive. That's number 1. And then you can split into 4 meals and go to a professional to actually figure out how much macronutrients, your proteins, your carbs, and your fats. Number 2, hydration, water. And it's not about, all these places, have a gallon, take your gallon. Well, someone might need a gallon, but someone else. The accurate measurement is half your body weight in ounces of water. That is what you need. And I have people that tell me, well, I don't really like to drink water. I say, well, if you want to keep your kidneys, you can drink water. It's up to you. And you can put a little flavor in it. It doesn't have to be plain water. Number 3 is to take time to relax your mind, because like I have a client who gained 7 pounds of fat in 1 week with their most stressful week of her life. It was nothing changed with her food. She made sure she ate. And so the stress really can cause a heart attack. You have to relax. My sister had a stroke 3 years ago and she hasn't fully recovered. So I tell people, and she wouldn't take the time. I would actually take the glasses to her that we have for relaxation therapy. So if you can't relax, maybe find an app or find some type of device that can help you. Like we have the relaxation glasses. I mean, they retail $400. Like that's less than a pair of designer sunglasses, and they work amazing to help relax the mind. So finding that time and taking 5 to 10 minutes to love yourself each and every day, so you can be here for a long time. So that's my 3 top things.
That's very good advice. So how do people find you, know more about you, follow you? Give us everything we need to know.
Yeah. So you can go to Foskariswellness.com, Foskaris Wellness.com. You can also call us here at the office, 714-340-0038. Or you can follow me, Penny Foskaris, and we can give you some advice and help you and your family live a healthier life.
Well, Penny, thank you so much for today. Everyone had a great time, including myself. Thank you. That app stuff is incredible. So again, I cannot even thank you enough for this amazing elite experience. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Take care.